In 1996, Alex Freak, a teenager, receives the original and cursed Jumanji board game when his father discovers it while running on a beach, but sets it aside, dismissively observing that no one plays board games anymore, preferring to play a video game featuring motorbikes. Overnight, the game transforms the contents of the box into a video game cartridge, but when Alex inserts it into his console and switches it on, he vanishes. Spencer Gilpin, a high school student 20 years later, gets ordered to detention for assisting his old best buddy, Anthony Fridge Johnson, with his schoolwork by composing Fridge's essays. Bethany Walker, a gorgeous girl who was caught using her phone during a quiz, and Martha Capley, a socially shy girl who complained to being forced to participate in gym class, join them. Principal Bentley charges them with extracting staples from abandoned magazines in an old storage room for detention, but Spencer discovers the console with the Jumanji game and gets the others to play it with him. They are unable to access one of the 5-player possibilities, a pilot, but after the other 4 have been chosen, the game drags them all inside. When they wake up in a jungle, they learn they have become the avatars they picked for the game. Spencer transforms into Dr. Smolder Bravestone, a muscular archaeologist.
I am Spencer. I'm Spencer.
Yep, that's Spencer.
Fridge enters the game as Franklin Moose Finbar, a biologist, but he is annoyed that his avatar is a foot shorter than he is. Martha transforms into Ruby Roundhouse, a man-killer. Bethany has changed into Dr. Shelley Oberon, a cartographer who Bethany mistaken for a woman since the description said curvy genius.
Wait a second. Where's my phone?
And she is terrified when she sees her reflection. Bethany is almost instantly eaten by a hippopotamus that comes from the river, but she quickly reappears after falling out of the sky. While fleeing a stampede of hippos, the gang comes across Nigel, whose repetitious comments enable Spencer identify him as an NPC, non-player character, who informs them that they have arrived to Jumanji, in the framework of the game, in response to a letter Nigel sent to Spencer's avatar. The letter adds that Nigel was part of explorer John Hardin Van Pelt's mission to claim the famous gem, the Jaguar's Eye, with the removal of the jewel from the giant jaguar statue providing Van Pelt reign over the creatures of Jumanji. To finish the game, players must return the gem to the jaguar statue and shout Jumanji. The gang is left off outside a forest, where it is discovered that only Bethany can read the map Nigel handed them, the map pointing them to the next stage of their mission. They are then ambushed on motorbikes by Van Pelt's men, but they escape by escaping through the forest and plunging over a cliff into a river. Martha understands she has been shot after emerging from the river, but returns to the group soon after her avatar explodes. Spencer examines a series of line tattoos on their forearms, which originally consisted of 3 bars where Martha and Bethany now only have 2, and realizes that these bars indicate the number of lives they have in the game, assuming that once they lose all 3 lives, they will die for good, both in the game and in the real world. And dispute between Spencer and Fridge about Fridge's assessment of Spencer's part in this crisis leads to Fridge throwing Spencer down a cliff, costing him one of his lives. As they proceed to the bazaar where they will get their next clue. Fridge loses one of his lives at the bazaar when he eats cake, which was previously listed as one of his character's vulnerabilities, and explodes, drawing the notice of Van Pelt's henchmen. Fortunately, they find their next clue concealed in a basket holding a snake, which the team is able to get by combining their abilities and working together, allowing Spencer to trap the snake while Fridge defangs it. Spencer tries to beat off Van Pelt's soldiers, but they are eventually ambushed by Van Pelt himself, just narrowly escaping when another player uses a smoke grenade as a distraction and leads them to a secret tunnel. The 5th playable player identifies himself as Pilot Jefferson Seaplane McDonough, who claims to be Alex's true name. He walks away with the group. Alex brings the 4 to a treehouse owned by Alan Parrish, a character from the original Jumanji movie. Alex claims that he has been trapped in the game for months and hasn't been able to reach the transportation yard in order to escape. Alex has used up 2 of his lives and is unable to continue without the others owing to his weak talents, but he has found the transport shed where they will obtain the means to continue. While Bethany teaches Martha how to flirt in order to distract the guards, Alex's antiquated illusions lead Spencer and Fridge to recognize him as Alex Freak, who is surprised to hear that he has been stuck in the game for over 20 years. Despite Alex's panic attack, the team is able to obtain entry to the transport shed after Martha uses her character's power of dance fighting, assisting Alex in realizing that they can complete the game by working together. When damage to the helicopter locks it in a canyon in front of a raging herd of white rhinoceros, there is a short panic, but Spencer is able to repair the damage and assist them in ascending. Unfortunately, they lose the gem when it falls out of Fridge's bag,
I dropped the jewel.
but Spencer is able to regain it after using Fridge as a sacrifice to attract the rhino herd's attention, and then commanding Alex to turn the helicopter in time to grab Fridge as he respawns. When they arrive, Alex gets stung by a mosquito and begins to die as a result of his avatar's frailty, but Bethany rescues him by performing CPR on him, which transfers one of her remaining lives to him. Spencer and Martha reveal that they have feelings for one another in the real world as they prepare for their next move, while Bethany continues to bond with Alex. They encounter genuine jaguar guards on their route to the jaguar statue, which costs Spencer one of his lives as he tries to take the diamond up the road to the monument alone. Spencer, with Fridge's help, devises a strategy in which Martha eliminates Van Pelt's incoming minions while the other three pose as distractions for the jaguars, leaving Spencer to ride one of the minions' motorcycles to the statue. Van Pelt tries to get an edge by kidnapping Bethany, but Fridge is able to scare away the jaguar guards by befriending an elephant, only for the players to lose the jewel when it is tossed away. While the others distract Van Pelt's henchmen, Spencer rides his bike to the top of the statue, while Martha gets the gem from a pit full of snakes, utilizing her character's venom vulnerability to sacrifice her second life and respawn in a position where she can transfer the jewel to Spencer as she falls. With this move, Spencer sets the gem in the statue and shouts Jumanji to end the game and restore harmony to the forest. Nigel arrives to congratulate the gang on their success, shaking their hands and returning them to the real world. Back in the storage room, all 4 detention kids have reverted to their actual selves, but Alex is not among them. As they travel home, they notice that the Vreek residence, which had fallen into disrepair due to Alex's parents' inability to choose his fate, had been totally repaired. As a car pulls up outside the home to release a family, the father notices the previous players and verifies that he is Alex, who came out of the game in 1996 and altered his history, as well as disclosing that he named his eldest daughter Bethany. Spencer and Fridge are friends again the following week at school, and Bethany is planning a backpacking trip, while Spencer and Martha begin dating. When they hear the Jumanji drum beats, they take the console out to the rear of the school and Fridge drops a bowling ball into it,